Chapter 14. I followed him. But with every step he took, I thought I had made a mistake. It couldn't possibly be the same man. He stopped half a block down and rummaged through a garbage can, shook out a plastic grocery bag, and dropped in what looked like a half-eaten sandwich. A block later, he ducked into an alley. I didn't follow him because he'd see me, but I heard him rummaging again. A few minutes later, he emerged with more stuff in the plastic bag. And this is how it went, block after block. His garbage picking was not random. He was following a definite route. He'd done this countless times before. After 2 hours, he was holding 2 stuffed bags in each hand, and a third tied to the red pack slung over his shoulder. He had enough food to feed himself for a week. But why? I wanted to confront him again and ask him about Coop and the P.O. box, and to make sure it was the same guy. But I was afraid he might run off again. So I just followed him, zigzagging through the cold city from garbage can to garbage can, dumpster to dumpster. He would have to stop foraging eventually, and he did. At about 10 o'clock, he went down yet another alley. I waited across the street, hands in my pockets, jumping up and down, trying to keep warm, waiting for him to come back out. He didn't. Maybe he went out the other side, although he hadn't when he'd gone into any of the other alleys. Maybe he lived in the alley and was stuffing his face before he went to sleep. Maybe I was afraid to walk into the dark alley and check. This was more like it. And it had nothing to do with claustrophobia. Dark alleys are not on my claustrophobic list, but they are on my chicken list, especially when there's a garbage picker lurking in the shadows. I tried to convince myself that the man was more afraid of me than I was of him. When he was in his suit, he had run away from me, but now he wasn't in a suit. What would Coop do? That made me laugh. Coop would stroll into that alley like it was his own bedroom, with an idiotic grin on his face, ready for anything that waited for him in the dark. I wasn't Coop, and I sure wasn't grinning, but I walked into that dark alley.